Hey everybody, I have a video for you today. Today's video is going to be top 3 reasons to carry a Zippo for a non-smoker. Like I say, I always promote Zippo as a tool more than anything. Even if I don't smoke, I still carry one too. Um, it's a great tool to have, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to start off here with reason 3. Reason 3 is honestly going to be, it's a conversation piece, and you can create friendships with it. Like when I'm out and I need to use it or someone else needs to use it, most people are always like, oh, I remember these. Oh, wow, Zippo. Oh, yeah, it's a conversation piece. But for as far as the friendship part, I used to work in a factory where I was the afternoon manager and there was a nighttime manager, and we weren't really friends and didn't get along, things like that. But one day we were outside for a meeting because I got hired there in the winter. We'd do our meetings in the boardroom just 10 minutes before each shift because he'd be leaving and I'd just be getting in, or whatever reasons. So we do it in the boardroom during the winter. But then when the summer came, we were outside, and that's when we noticed we both heard the Zippo click, just boom, and we looked at each other like, oh, you Zippo. And he was actually having issues with his. He had his for 5 years as a Harley Davidson one, and he said it wasn't performing like it used to. Wouldn't light up first strike like mine did there. And it wasn't lasting as long as it used to. I opened his lid, I seen how black the wick was, I brought him inside to the factory, I grabbed some trimmers, I pulled the wick up, trimmed it a bit, and just showed him a little more maintenance, and he absolutely loved it, and he was back to have it in good working order, and we created a friendship through that. So it is possible, and it is true. It might seem a little far-fetched for some people, but it's in there, it's my video, so here we go. Now, number 2, I would have to say, is throwaway culture, right? Like you get a Bic and it's just something you buy to throw away. Yeah, a Bic is reliable, it works and everything too, it's pretty good. But I just prefer a Zippo because I only need the one. It lasts with proper maintenance. A Zippo can last you 100 years, you know what I mean? Like there's these things are made out of brass and steel, and they just really last a long time. Zippo's been around for almost 100 years. They've been around for 90 years. So and you could still get those old ones from the 30s and 40s today. So it's much better to have one and maintain it than throw it away, right, and reuse it. Like, and then you got to think of the impact it has on the environment, the impact it has on where you live. If you buy a Bic lighter, you're making money for someone else overseas. Your country doesn't see that back. These are made in America. You buy one in America, you're supporting your country. That money gets put back into circulation. You got to think of things like that. And Bics, I used Bics for a little bit, and it would only last me 2-3 weeks. Like I know some of you use a Bic might last months and months because you never actually use it. I use my lighter 50-60 times a day, and Bic would only last me 2 to 3 weeks. So I'd go through a lot, and I'd lose them, and sometimes they break, and it happens. So 15-20 Bics a year is the same price as one Zippo and a bottle of fluid and a thing of Flint. So realistically, it's not that bad. And then once you already own the Zippo, you don't have to keep buying the Zippo every year. You just got to get Flints and fluid. And they also make Bic-like inserts. This is the Zippo Yellow Flame. It's just like a Bic lighter. If you really like that reliability of the butane and you like butane that much, you could still use the Zippo. And for a person who's not actually carrying a Zippo every day, I highly recommend one of the butane inserts. They have many different variations: double torch, yellow flame. I got a double torch in here, single torch. Many different options. So this would still be a good fit for you if you were still on the side of thinking, oh, should I switch or should I just keep using my Bic? They're cheap. Well, you can get these for pretty cheap too. You don't have to buy the fanciest ones. But once you start getting into them, you'll realize you'll probably want some different kinds, a little variation, different types of inserts, maybe a little more luxury ones. It does happen. So now my number 1 reason why I think you should carry a lighter if you're a non-smoker is just clearly survival. If you're an outdoorsman or fisherman or hunter or camping or whatever you like. For me, I live in Canada. It's winter here most of the year compared to being summer. In the summer, I tend to use a butane insert more because I can get away with it. In the winter, I can't bring the butane insert Zippo out because it'll just get cold and stop working, and the jets are very finicky in the cold. The yellow flame tends to work a little better actually in the cold. But I'm out there. Depending on what time of year it is, it could be -20, it could be -40. It depends if it's January or February. But Zippo fluid's the only thing that works for me. It works when it's wet. It works in high altitudes. It works in freezing temperatures. It's so reliable. It's always performing for me. Yeah, one fill only lasts a week and a half, but I'm fine with that because I don't mind. I got to fill up the gas tank in the car every week. Why can't I fill up my Zippo every week too? It's not that big of a chore. So it's really up to you on what you think. But those are my main reasons. I hope I was able to make a compelling argument for anybody who's thinking about carrying one, even though you don't smoke. So I hope that video helped. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. It is free to do. And I'll see you down in the comments.